Harry Kane was taken to a private hospital last night. He had a bit of a knock in that game. It was around the 48th minute, and then he played on till the 75th minute. He's a doubt now against USA. Who would you, if you were the manager, would you rest him for this game, depending on what you find out in that scan? It could not be as serious as we hope it is, fingers crossed. Who would you replace him with, and would you replace him? Would you risk him?
If he was fully fit, look me in the eye. You ask players the question all the time as a manager. You know, I'm not a physio. If the physio say to me, yeah, we think he's all right. I work for a fella called Brian Clough. You always used to come up to the players that used to look you in the eye and say, are you fit or not? If you're not fit, out you go, we'll play someone else. If you tell me you're fit, you ain't coming off. So don't think you are. Puts the pressure on you as a player, and rightly so. You know your own body. You know, a manager can't tell you how you feel. So he asked the question. I think if Harry Kane looks me in the eye and says I'm fit to play, I play Harry Kane. Simple as that. If he's not, I think depends on Gareth's viewpoint. Does he view Marcus Rashford as a centre forward, or does he not? I would probably err on Callum Wilson.
Would you change the formation?
No.
Like Andros says.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Yeah. I think you knew you'd get my support, Gabby. You know what I mean? So you're on solid ground.
You're so attacking, manager.
I wouldn't. I don't get the point. I think the fullbacks are really important. If you want to build with a three, I think that's Declan's job to drop in and make the three. For me, there's no chance. I wouldn't change the personnel and I wouldn't change the formation. I'd run it out again. The Wales game might be slightly different. If he's looking further down the road and thinking when we come up against so-called the bigger teams and we might need to employ a three at the back, he might look at the Wales game and say, we'll match them up, if you like. But this game, definitely not. I can't see it.
If you are resting Harry Kane for one reason or another, if he's not ready for this USA game and you want to err on the side of caution, how much of a drop-off do you think there is with Callum? Or do you think that actually it's in a game against USA, it'd be quite good to see him play?
I think he'll offer you a different dynamic. He's not as good as Harry Kane as an all-round player. I think we know that, and that's not being detrimental to Callum because, you know, he is certainly a good goal scorer, but he'll offer you that galloping movement in the channel, akin to Gabby, certainly. When we used to play Gabby up front on his own with the 21s, the outlet that he offered, he could receive feet or the ability to run in those channels. I see a little bit of, you know, the pair of them, the similar type of player, you know. So I think he'll offer something slightly different. But at this moment in time, if I was a centre forward, I'd be looking at the team and looking at all those around me and thinking, wow, I want to be part of this. You know, certainly after that first performance.
Quite a story as well for Callum. If he does get a start at the World Cup, to come from where he's come, Coventry originally, wasn't it?
Yeah.
To come from where he's come and come through the different kind of levels and then find himself starting a World Cup game for England is a brilliant story. These are kind of ones that we really like to see.
Yeah, it's interesting when you see players like that. I mean, I went to watch him play at Northampton for Coventry. I was thinking about signing him and I look in and think, for what they want for him, is he going to be able to do the step up? It's unbelievable. But then again, we all look back on Harry Kane when he first come through and you think, well, where did that come from? There's always those players you look at and there's a question mark. Can they step up? And he's certainly done that fantastically.
I think as well, look at the injury of Isaac, the new signing.
Yeah.
And then Callum Wilson starting for Newcastle. He's scoring goals. Maybe if Isaac didn't get injured, Callum Wilson isn't playing as much as Newcastle. Ivan Toney or someone else might have got called up.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need that bit of luck. Someone else's misfortune to help you, don't you?
Yeah, you certainly do. And when the door does open for you, and it might have opened for Callum coming up on Friday, if it has, he's got to take that opportunity, as the subs do when they come off the bench.